down to your mat. Let's just going to start off with your neck. So sit up nice and tall, pull the flesh from underneath those sitting bones, pull your core muscles in. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, fill the lungs with air, fill the belly with air, and exhale all the air out. And again, deep breath in through the nose, fill the lungs with air, fill the belly with air, and exhale all the air out. So very gently, you're going to bring your chin down. You're going to use your hands to guide your chin down, feeling a gentle stretch through the neck. Use your breath, breathe in through the nose, and exhale. Good, use your hands to guide yourself up. Put one hand on the hip, or if you're sitting in a chair, anchor onto the chair. Gently guide your head to look over your shoulder, stretching the muscles of the lateral neck. And I'm using my hand to gently guide that stretch. Return back to center, anchor the right hand, sitting up nice and tall. Guide your chin to the opposite side. Turn back to center, sitting up nice and tall. You don't want to squinch up the neck. You want to grow up nice and tall. Use your hand to just gently tip ear to shoulder, having a nice space between the ear and the shoulder. Sit up tall. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale all the air out. Return back to center. Anchor the other side. Sit up nice and tall. Side tilt. And again, these are great stretches that you can do if you sit, if you have a job that you're commuting, because again, those neck muscles get tight, those hip flexors get tight, those glutes, those piriformis muscles get tight. So this is a good overall body, you can an overall stretching routine that you can do on a daily basis. Good, come back up to center. This time we're going to side tilt. Draw your chin down to your armpit. Gently grab behind your head and give it a little bit more for a stretch. So you're going to feel that a little bit more through the back. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale all the air out. And from here, guide your chin up and look slightly up and away, and use your hand to turn your cheek a little bit more over the shoulder. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale the air out. Good. Return back to center. Again, sit up nice and tall. Drop your ear to your shoulder. Turn your chin down towards the armpit. Grasp behind the back of the head. Give it a gentle pull. Try to relax the muscles between your ear and your shoulder. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale the air out. And gently raise your chin, looking up towards the sky, not to pinch your neck back. And then look past your shoulder a little bit further. Inhale through the nose. And exhale the air out. And then return back to center. We're going to take our arms wide and drop your elbows into your back pockets. Breathe in, chest is raised slightly, just driving your chest point up on a 45-degree angle. And then bring your arms straight out and then flex your wrists as you come further back. Inhale through the nose. And exhale all the air out. Press one palm down to the ground, stretch up out of your hips. So stretch out of the hips through the obliques. And then give me a side tilt, reach over. Breathe in through the nose and give me a slight rotation up towards the sky. Relax your fingers, keep stretching. Drop that arm down, reach up, stay square, side tilt. Inhale, slight rotation, breathe in through the nose. And exhale all the air out. Good, I want to do a chest stretch. This one you can go in front of a door or a door frame. I'm just going to stay seated so that I don't have to adjust the camera, but I can do this exercise against a door frame standing. So I'm going to place my hands on the inside of the door frame, and then I'm just going to turn out. I'm not pushing into the stretch. I hold my arm into the frame and I go outwards. Now, I would prefer you to do this one standing. I just don't want to move the camera, so I want to keep the flow of the exercise. Breathe in through the nose and exhale. And you're going to do this arm exercise with a bent arm and a straight arm. If you have any shoulder issues, it may feel better if the elbow is below the shoulder. So just keep that in mind. You don't want the elbow higher than the shoulder. You want the wrist and the elbow parallel. And a slight move over to the side. I'm going to place my palm of my hand against the wall or the door frame and just get a bit more of a rotation. Try to stay as square as possible. Breathe in through the nose. And if it's not too much of a strain, you can guide your head a little bit further and relax that stretch. Breathe in through the nose and exhale. Now, if you have any carpal tunnel issues, you can either further take the stretch with a more of a flexion through the wrist. So I can even place my palm gently against the wall. Again, you may want to go lightly with that exercise. You don't want to press it too far. Go very lightly because this one you're feeling a stretch through the nerve. Excellent. And we're going to rotate to the other side. So you're going to have your hand up against the wall, through against the wall, and you're going to just rotate slightly, feeling a good stretch through the chest. So right now I do have a wall door frame. Back is tall. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. Take that arm so that it's straight and then rotate so my palm is pressing up against the wall. Go a little bit further through the stretch. And again, you're not putting pressure on your arm when you're doing this. You're using it to rotate as if you're pulling out. And then if you have a little bit more issue, you can take that forearm and stretch a bit further. If you don't have access to the wall, you're still going to feel this exercise. You're still going to feel a stretch without the wall. It's just a bit more beneficial to use the wall as support, and it gives some rest into the shoulder. And then come back to center. Grab around to the shoulder blades. Pull the shoulder blades apart and drop your chin down, slowly stretching through the back of your neck and into the thoracic vertebrae. And I might as well throw it in because if you do have any office work or driving work, it's always good to stretch the forearms. You can do the forearm stretching with the palm and pressing the palm. And you're just opening up the muscles of the forearm flexors, and these are the muscles we use to mouse, to grab your groceries, to drive. So these forearms get really, really, really tight. And again, these are great stretches to do too if you have any tendinitis of the elbow. This is a good one to do if you have any tightness through the forearm flexors. Now let's do one more of the other side. Now I'd like you to grab a tie, please. I'm going to use a measuring tape. You can use a tie. Just make sure it doesn't have any stretch. Now, whenever you're stretching the neck, if you have any neck problems, neck tension, or headaches, it's important to stretch those hips because the tightness goes through the dura, through the nerve connective tissue, and it even drops down as far as it controls through the pelvic floor muscles. So these are your muscles that are deep within your pelvis. If you're sitting, these muscles can be very, very tight. So they can also exacerbate neck issues, and as well they cause your hip to be tight. So we're going to do some hip exercises, but make sure you have something without stretch, not stretch. Whenever you're doing a stretch, you want to remove a force, and the stretch provides an eccentric force. So we don't want to have anything with that. So you can use a belt or a tie. So laying flat on your back. Flat on your back. My knee is bent or straight, whatever you prefer. Keep this leg straight or soft. You don't want to touch it too much, and gently bring that leg towards your chest. Inhale through the nose and exhale. So right now we're feeling the stretch through the hamstring, and just pull it up slowly. Keep your hips and shoulders square. You don't want to arch your tailbone back. You want to keep that natural curve underneath the spine. Pull the tummy muscles in. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale all the air out. Now let's take our arm and square it off to support. I'm going to straighten my bottom leg, and I'm going to bring it across my body to stretch my IT band. So bring it slowly across. My hip is not coming right off the floor, so I'm not doing it all the way. There's still a little bit of a space. Try to keep your shoulders square, and I'm using my hand for guidance. So this is a great stretch for the IT band, and it goes down the side of the leg. Great one for runners too. If I want a bit more of a stretch, I'm just going to turn my toe a bit further, and you feel that on the lateral outside of the calf. Inhale through the nose And exhale all the air out. Good, now let's take that same arm and bring it all the way through to the other side, stretching out the inner thigh. I'm going to open up my leg just slightly and turn my toes slightly out, feeling that stretch through the adductors all the way down through the medial calf. Breathe in through the nose, fill the belly with air, and exhale all the air out. And release. Now let's go to the other side. Let's stretch out that hamstring. Bring it up towards the sky. And when you're doing this, try not to hang off of your leg. Keep your shoulders and necks relaxed while you're doing the stretch. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale. And when you are stretching, you want to be able to sing. You want to be able to talk. You want to be able to converse. You are not panting in pain. That's not a good stretch. You're actually tensing the muscle and it's causing more damage than it being beneficial. Keep your back nice and long, hands squares off, and go across the IT band. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale all the air. Try to keep your head and neck and your spine in alignment. Try not to rotate your body as you're doing this. You don't want to compensate. It's very easy to change your posture to alleviate the tension. We want to keep ourselves square. We want to stretch over and around a neutral spine. And let's go to the other direction. Arms wide into your inner thigh. Keep pulling it open. Inhale through the nose. And exhale all the air out. You do a lot of sitting, you want to make sure you are stretching the quadricep muscle, so grab onto your leg and pull that leg right behind you. Make sure the knee is not popping up. Keep your hips down, your knee is down, and gently push your hip forward as you're doing this exercise and you pull the leg back. You'll feel this muscle in the front of the leg through the quadricep. Keep pelvic tilting forward. Inhale, back is tall, shoulders long, and relax the mind, pull a little bit further back. And let's rotate to the other side. I'm just going to flip directions, but you can fully just turn over. Sit up nice and tall. Back is nice and long, and grab that leg right back behind you. Chest is open. You can go flat if you like. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale all the air out. Keep stretching out the spine. Good. Let's move on to the piriformis. These are your external rotators. This piriformis lies right over your sciatic notch where your sciatic nerve passes through. So this muscle becomes very tight. And if you do have any sciatic issues, pseudosciatic issues, piriformis tightness, you want to be doing a piriformis stretch. You can do this exercise seated in a chair or sitting on the ground. Seated on the chair is nice to be doing in an office or if you're in a chair. And so I'm sitting, I cross my leg either over top or come to the side. Your back is nice and tall, and then I fold forward with a flat back. You don't want to hunch over. You can also use your tie for this stretch. Sit up nice and tall and use your tie to help fold you forward. Back is tall and bending at the midsection. Breathe in through the nose. Make sure your foot is tall and then lean. I like to do this stretch with my foot on the inside of the inner thigh because I sometimes feel it's a little bit too tight from the hip if I put my leg right over top and then I start to arch. So I like to start off with a nice flat hip. Use your hand to guide that down and continue to fold flat. Inhale through the nose and exhale, fold a bit forward. And release. Let's switch to the other side. Into your figure four. Again, you can do this seated in a chair. Use your opposite hand to drive the knee down and then fold forward into a flat back. Keep your body square. Square your shoulders over your hips. Continue to fold. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale all the air out. One more time, fold forward.